Jimmy Girvin had been unable to repeat his early successes through the rest of the year, but was still in third place in the championship and determined to regain his form, with the added battle of reverse seeding. But a series of punctures cost him valuable minutes, and he had to settle for 9th place. Andrew Wood was now in a Group A Vauxhall Astra GTE, but also suffering punctures. He was also running on unleaded fuel and advertising the fact too, and it seemed to help, finishing 6th and top Scot. The borders are notorious for the sharp roadside rocks. Murray Grierson fell foul of them too with this rear wheel puncture on the Elibank stage. By Castlelower, he was fully mobile again and finished 14th, and a strong contender for the championship, which he won in 1987. Kirkcaldy ice rink in September, and the championship moved to Fife for the Kingdom Rally. The competitors line up for a 175-mile route with 14 special stages. Leading the field is championship leader Murray Grierson in the Pitmedden stage on his way to the afternoon tests in Perthshire, using again his older car, the Opel Kadett 400. He was desperate to hold on to his championship position and was working hard for it. Andrew Wood hadn't intended contesting the championship at the start of the season. Now the title looked a real possibility. The pressure was on Jimmy Girvin. He'd had such a good start with 4 successive wins, but was still trying to repeat that early promise. But the championship could still be his, with a bit of luck along the way. One man who'd made a big impression during the year was Walter Henderson from Carnwath in his Escort RS. He'd climbed steadily up the championship table and, with some others, was ready to take advantage should any of the leaders stumble, leaving, as you might say, the door open for anything to happen. And he set off well, leading after the first stage. Took the lead from him for 2 stages before losing it again. But that was better than George Gauld, who lost time through this slide. And things didn't get any better either. A hard landing landed him with a front puncture. Wilson Girvin had been keeping something of a low profile throughout the year in his Ford Sierra Sapphire Cosworth, quietly climbing up the points table to lie 4th. Donald Milne's Nissan-engined Peugeot never really achieved its desired effect, but he did provide some good action for the rally crowds in the forests. Jimmy McGee retired with a broken distributor cap and rotor arm. while Alistair McRae worked hard with his 1300cc Nova, finishing the day in 36th place after losing 3 minutes with electrical failure. Ronnie Tom's Toyota Corolla won't get lost in the forest. It's one of the best turned out of the clubman's cars, and he handles it well too. 17th overall in this rally and first in his class. On to the Knockhill race circuit in Fife, and this is where some of the Forest rally men come to grief. It's a quite different matter controlling a car on loose gravel to a fast and furious thrash round a racetrack. Each one has his own particular style, some better than others. Dr. John Shirley, the Fort William GP, had a superb drive in his Escort to give him his first national victory in 15 years. Some of the driving may have been dramatic for the navigators in the passenger seat, and it wasn't relaxing for the wildlife either. This particular deer watched the action, decided it had had enough, and a lucky escape from George Gauld's Mazda. Jimmy Girvan maintained his title challenge by finishing in second place behind John Shirley. No such luck though for Walter Henderson. After leading virtually all the way, he lost everything with a broken axle shaft on stage 12. Donald Milne had to settle for a placing down the field at number 18 after a spectacular drive. While Richard Moore from Forfar worked hard with his Nova to finish just ahead of McRae at 35.